What if I told you that while Steph Curry continues to amaze fans with his long-range shots and Draymond Green sets the defensive tone, one of the key elements of the Golden State Warriors' future is quietly being pushed aside. That element is Jonathan Kuminga, a forward with an imposing physique and rare explosiveness, who until recently was seen as the likely successor to the team's championship core. Yet, as the season winds down, Kuminga has been watching games from the sidelines, not stepping onto the court even for crucial matchups. To truly grasp the magnitude of this moment, we need to go back and remember how the Warriors revolutionized basketball. A team that turned three-point shooting into a lethal weapon, imposed such a fast and creative pace that it forced rivals and coaches to rethink their strategies, and collected trophies at an enviable rate. But like every dynasty, the Warriors eventually faced their reflection. Before letting their cycle run out, the front office invested in roster renewal. They drafted center Leandro Santos and point guard Rafael Oliveira, both still fighting for their place, and made a big bet on Jonathan Kuminga. The plan was clear: keep Curry and Green active for as long as possible, while simultaneously molding Kuminga to be the face of the franchise in the coming years. The plan seemed perfect, but the intricate machinery of the NBA often brings unexpected twists. In decisive games, such as direct clashes against the Clippers and a do-or-die matchup against the Grizzlies, the pattern repeated. Head coach Steve Kerr, known for shortening his rotation under pressure, relied solely on his trusted veterans. The result was devastating for Kuminga, who had been averaging 1 points and 5 rebounds in about 26 minutes per game, numbers that, in other contexts, would easily earn him time in high-pressure moments. However, his continued absence from the main rotation set off alarms around the league. Insider reports, such as from Pedro Almeida of the local The Athletic, revealed that Kuminga's exclusion wasn't just a tactical decision, it was a sign that the franchise might already be planning his departure via trade. When a promising player is sidelined like this, the message is clear. He's no longer a priority and has become a potential trade chip. This distancing even prompted Draymond Green to publicly voice support for Kuminga, suggesting that his absence was simply a mental challenge meant to forge his maturity. But when a veteran of Green's stature feels the need to step in, speculation spreads like wildfire. As a result, rumors began circulating about offers that could see Kuminga wearing a new uniform even before the end of the season, all in an effort to give Stephen Curry more ready-to-win pieces for a title run. In this tense backstage atmosphere, increasingly persistent rumors about Kuminga's future have emerged. Sources close to the team claim that, while Curry and Green remain at center stage, Kuminga's name has been floated to several executives around the league as part of a significant trade offer, with the primary target being San Antonio Spurs shooting guard Devin Vassell. Vassell, coming off a consistent season averaging 17.4 points, 5.8 rebounds, and shooting 37.2% from beyond the arc, would fit seamlessly into Golden State's ball movement and spacing system. Moreover, he recently signed a 5-year, $142 million contract, giving the Warriors the kind of salary predictability they value when trying to maximize the remainder of Curry's prime years. The financial math couldn't be more favorable. Kuminga's salary for next season sits around $12 million, while Vassell's surpasses $28 million annually. Swapping a higher commitment for a young, affordable asset with upside might seem like a smart move to ease salary cap pressure while still holding on to a promising player. At the same time, bringing in Vassell would add defensive flexibility and reliable shooting, both crucial traits in recent playoff series where floor spacing became vital under pressure. Some insiders believe that GM Mike Dunleavy Jr. and his team are simply trying to leverage Kuminga's current low market perception to negotiate from a stronger position, aiming to land a piece that can immediately provide 20 quality minutes a game without needing major acclimation. Behind the scenes, preliminary discussions reportedly even involved the exchange of draft picks to balance the package, a sign of how serious the talks have become. If finalized, this deal wouldn't just mark the Warriors' first major post-dynasty move, it would also reflect the new San Francisco mantra, win now or rebuild later, with no hesitation. It's worth noting that the Warriors' history shows they're unafraid to turn the page when necessary, as seen with Klay Thompson's departure during his development and previous decisions to trade mid-tier prospects for immediate impact players. In this light, Kuminga's story takes on both tragic and heroic shades. Tragic because his disappearance from the rotation coincided with a peak in trade rumors, clearly indicating that silent decisions had already been made behind closed doors. Heroic because, given his work ethic and commitment commitment during practices, he still carries the hope of resurging, whether in San Francisco or somewhere else willing to embrace his talent. Meanwhile, the fan base remains divided. Some purists argue for continued internal development, while pragmatists recognize the urgency to surround Curry with elite support before time diminishes his magic. Subscribe to the channel now so you don't miss a single update on this saga in real time, and help keep the debate alive. Share in the comments what would be your ideal trade package. Which other young players or draft picks would you include to help Curry slip on another championship ring? This is your chance to truly participate. Your ideas will be read, adapted, and used as fuel for upcoming analysis. What if I told you that while Stephen Curry keeps dazzling with nearly impossible shots and Draymond Green continues setting the defensive tone, the Golden State Warriors' future might be getting quietly reshaped behind the scenes? Jonathan Kuminga, a forward with impressive strength and above-average agility who had been averaging 14.8 points and 6.3 rebounds in 28 minutes per game, was completely left out of the most decisive moments of the season. In key matchups against direct rivals, while veterans were given more opportunities to shine, Kuminga stayed on the bench, active, suited up, but without a chance to showcase his skills. This sidelining isn't just a tactical adjustment. It signals that the franchise may no longer see him as part of their next phase. To grasp the weight of this decision, we must recall how the Warriors transformed modern basketball. Less than a decade ago, they revolutionized long-range shooting, collected trophies, and forced rivals to reinvent themselves. But even the greatest dynasties must evolve. After investing in young talents like center Lucas Silva and point guard Henrique Costa, it was Kuminga's turn. Seen as the natural heir to the old guard, the idea was clear: keep Curry and Green active for as long as possible, while preparing Kuminga to eventually take the torch. However, over the past few weeks, the script has changed quietly. Sources behind the scenes reveal that Kuminga's name has been circulating among other teams' executives. The primary target? Devin Vassell, the Spurs shooting guard, who has posted 18.2 points, 5.9 rebounds, and an impressive 38% three-point shooting this season. Vassell recently signed a 5-year, $142 million deal, offering the Warriors the salary predictability they highly value to maximize Curry's remaining prime years. In exchange, Kuminga, whose contract sits around $13 million annually, would free up cap space and maintain a promising young talent within the roster. The math checks out. Swapping a hefty commitment for a cheap, high-upside asset with proven three-point skills increases both the team's financial and sporting flexibility. According to reports from Lucas Ribeiro at The Athletic, there are even talks of including draft picks in the package, underscoring the seriousness of the discussions. If finalized, this would be the first major post-dynasty commercial move and would reflect the franchise's new philosophy: win now, rebuild later, without hesitation. In such a rumor-filled landscape, one burning question remains: is it time to trade Kuminga's potential for a proven piece like Vassell, or should the Warriors stay committed to internal development and trust in the young forward's growth? Each path carries its own risks and promises, and silent decisions in the Bay Area offices may end up defining an entire generation's destiny. If you enjoyed this analysis and want to stay ahead of everything happening in the NBA, subscribe to the channel now. Share your story in the comments. What was the most memorable moment when a rival turned into a fan favorite for your team? And of course, tell us what you learned from this video. Your experiences and insights help our community grow stronger.